good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're watching from. My name is Clement Mosindi, making this recording from Holon, the southern part of Tel Aviv, where I live. I wanted to shed light on this recent development in the Middle East, specifically the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. I also like to use this opportunity to thank my friends and family members who reached out to me and my family asking how we're faring under these very, very difficult times in the state of Israel. I want to assure you that we're doing well, we're fine. It's not a pleasant experience, it's never been. For what it's worth, war is war. Anything can happen. I think the only possible thing here is that it's a familiar thing in Israel. So over time, the state has devised mechanisms or procedures for ensuring the safety of civilians in the times of war. So we're fine. We adhere strictly to those procedures. God willing, we shall overcome. So thank you for your concerns. And just keep praying for us and for the state of Israel. I'd like to delve straight to why I decided to make this recording as opposed to my usual style of my posts by texts on Facebook. I want to send an underlying message, and sometimes some core messages can get lost, in between texts. So that's why I felt that this would be, I think, the most effective way to send this message. As we already know, Israel is in a state of war. As I speak with you, I and my family are living between our home and, the bomb shelter. So as I am making this recording, if a siren goes up announcing the incoming of a missile, I may have to stop and take cover and to resume later. So I just wanted to put that up front because the war is ongoing. And we have to do what we can to, be safe. 7th of October, 2023, which is already now being referred to as Black Saturday, will no doubt go down in history as one of the darkest days in the lives of the Jewish people and for the state of Israel. The attack by Hamas, the unprovoked attack by Hamas against innocent civilians was unprecedented. It was something that is never seen in a long time in Israel. Now, if you know the Israelis and the Jewish people, you know that the greatest tragedy that occurred in their lives was the Holocaust, perpetuated by the Nazi regime during the Second World War. And if you live in Israel and you understand the Israeli, values, you will understand that they never want to compare anything with the Holocaust. No Israeli, no Jew will compare anything, no matter how grave it is, to the Holocaust. But as I tell you, you understand, to put the enormity of the tragedy that occurred on Black Saturday, to put it in context, I already hear some Israelis referring to the incident as a Holocaust. A second Holocaust, if you may, including the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has also referred to that incident, the Hamas attack, as a Holocaust. I have lived in Israel for over 3 decades. I actually grew up here. My entire adult life, almost my whole adult life, was in the state of Israel. I have witnessed at least 3 wars in Israel. I have witnessed, in 2 intifadas. I think this will be the 4th war that I'm witnessing in Israel. I've witnessed 2 intifadas. I have witnessed bombings. I have seen buses blown up and shreds of human beings spilled all over the place. I have seen bed cafes blown up. I have seen shopping malls blown up. I have seen random shootings on the streets in restaurants. I have seen random stabbings. I have seen ramming of vehicles on innocent civilians by terrorists. In other words, I've seen it all. I have written a book on global terrorism using Nigeria as a case study. So it's an area I am very familiar with. And those who follow me will understand that this is an area I truly understand. So I have seen horror. I have seen violence in its worst form. But I can tell you categorically that the kind of violence perpetuated against the state of Israel last Saturday, 7th October 2023, was unprecedented. Nothing compared to everything that I've just listed that I have seen. Nothing compares to it. If you can view the images that come on our local channels in Israel, you will be stunned beyond belief. It's amazing how you watch, the international channels and you just see bombings. But if you understand the act of inhumanity perpetrated against innocent, defenseless civilians, you will not believe it. People's bodies burnt, charred to like charcoal, that they had to invite their families to take tissues to perform DNA tests before they could identify the corpses. Children split open. Babies beheaded. Bodies everywhere, blood like a pool of water. They shot them. After shooting them, they want to ensure that they died. After killing somebody, you want the person to die for the second time. They threw grenades. In every house where they had gone to commit massacre, where Hamas has gone to commit massacre, they dropped grenades so that nobody comes out by any chance alive. Unprovoked. We're all on our beds sleeping. Fateful Saturday that has become a Black Saturday, while we were all woken up by the very sudden sounds of sirens and bombs dropping all around. Unprovoked, unprepared, and, totally unexpected. So when you are in this situation, it is difficult to comprehend. Nobody can ever be prepared for what Israel went through. And there's a dark cloud right now as I speak, all over this country that I've not seen in over 3 decades that I'm here. People are hurting. People are in pains. Those who are affected directly and those of us who are experiencing, who are just witnessing it. People are in pains, and I can assure you categorically that at the end of it all, Israel will never be the same again.
Поделиться я видел.